Hello learners, welcome to this another session of Certificate in Fashion Design program, that is CFDE. Today's topic for discussion is handling care practice of sewing machine. So this is practical activity of this particular program of this course of this CFD program, course 2, that is basics of pattern making and sewing. So today we will be talking about handling, care and practice of sewing machine, and this is the activity 7 and 8 of this particular course. So let us discuss what all points we will be covering today in this session. We will be discussing sewing machine and its safety precautions, what all we have to take when we are using the sewing machine. We will discuss setting up and taking care of sewing machine, what all care we have to take of our sewing machine when we are using it, how to handle the sewing machine, what are all the steps, what are all the instruction we should follow while we are using the machine, and how we will adjust the thread tension and how the threads will be inserted in the machine, and how we will adjust the tension and everything of the machine. So first we will discuss about the activity 7, which is titled as practice on threading, oiling, handling and care of sewing machine. So when we talk about the practice and handling of sewing machine and how we will practice and what all care we have to take about the sewing machine. So first of all, why this activity is important and why you should do this activity, why you should practice on this activity, and what all things you will learn from this particular thing. So first of all, you will observe various safety precautions for the use of sewing machine. What all safety precautions, because machine, it is something which we should handle with lots of care. So what all safety precautions are given and what you should follow while you are using the sewing machine. Then set up and use a single needle lock stitch machine properly. There are different types of sewing machines, so we will discuss about the basic what we use at the domestic purpose, like if we are using it at our home, or if we are using as a beginner, we use the single needle lock stitch machine, which is the basic. If we all see at our home, or generally we see, that is single needle lock stitch machine. So how we will set up that machine, from where we will put the thread, how we will adjust the thread on the needle and how on the machine. So all set up and how we will use the single needle lock stitch machine properly. Then you can know and you will be aware of threading on the machine, how you will put the thread and how to take care of the machine, what all information it is given, and according to that information you will take care of the machine. So what first most important thing what you will requiring while doing this activity, first and the most important thing you need is the single needle lock stitch machine. Then you need a machine needle. So needles we have also discussed in our earlier sessions, it is of different types, and for the machine, the needles which we use for the hand stitching or the hand sewing purpose, it is very different, and the needles which is used for the machine stitching, it is something different. So we need a single needle lock stitch machine, then we need a machine needles, we need different types of sewing threads and machine oil. So all these 4 things we required while we are going to practice stitching, or we are going to handle the sewing machine. Then this is the picture how the sewing machine look like. We all have seen in our home or somewhere else, we have seen this machine. So first of all we will discuss the handling of sewing machine, what all cares and process we have to follow while to handle a sewing machine. So there are some safety precautions to be observed in order to ensure a safe sieving environment and avoid accidents while sieving. So generally, if we are a beginner, we should use, or we should start with knowing all the precautions and the safety measures, what machine is about and how we have to handle. Because if we don't know from which part the machine will start, from where we have to insert the needle, so all these things we should know, and we should use the machine very safely and with all the precautions to get doesn't harm ourselves and doesn't create any accident with the machine. There are some points that you should remember while you are using the sieving machine. That first, if you are using the electric motorized sieving machine, you have to turn off the power before starting the work, so as to prevent accident caused by abrupt start of the machine. Like if it is hand operated machine, then you have to be very careful while you are using or starting the machine. But when you are using the motorized or electronic sieving machine, just put off the power while before starting the sieving machine, because if the power is on and you keep your feet or hand accidentally on the paddle, it starts automatically and it may happen any accident. So first important thing you have to keep in your mind, that you have to turn off the power before starting. Then what you have to do, just sit straight without leaning towards the machine. If your machine is kept on a table, just sit straight from and don't lean towards the machine. Then do not bend your head down or too close to the machine. We do not, when we are using the machine, generally we don't go too much closer to the machine, or you don't put your head down towards the machine. Then keep the machine and the area, work area very clean, so that if you are using the machine, don't keep your scissors, measuring tape or fabrics all together. Just put everything at a particular distance, so you get a proper proper area for a work. Then tie up your hair securely, so don't go into the machine. Always keep your attention on your work and hand while you are operating the machine. So it is very important and common thing that if you are using a machine, always keep your focus on your work and the hands while you are operating the machine. Then keep feet off the treadle while setting up the threading on the machine. When you are setting the threading on the machine, just keep off your feet from the treadle to keep it very safe. Then do not pull the fabric backward in order to stop at a particular point. Like when you are using done all the measures and you are stitching the fabric, and at a certain point when you want to stop the stitching process, just do not pull the fabric backwards. This will comes to the breakdown of the needle. So if it is said that don't pull the fabric at a time, just stop the machine and then you have to just revolve this balance wheel and then keep out the fabric from that point. The needle, if you pull the fabric at a time, it may create a break of the needle and it may harm you. So when you turn off the power switch, what you have to do, turn off the power switch. Then for threading and setting up the machine, then for replacing parts like needle, pressure foot, bobbin, etc., when you are doing all these things, you have to put off or turn off the power. Then for the repair work, when you are doing the repairing, some oiling of the machine, you have to turn off the power. And when you have completed your work and you have done your stitching, then just turn off the power of the machine. So these are some basic points which we should remember while we are handling or we are using the sieving machines. Then also you keep your hand at a safe distance from the needle. Like if you are using the sieving machine and if you are using holding the fabric, don't keep your hand very close to the needle, just keep at a particular distance from the needle. Then don't put your hand under the needle when you turn on the power. You can keep your hand, scissor, etc. away from the belt while operating the machine, and use at a slow speed. When you are using or you are beginning to, you are learning how to use the sieving machine, just start with a slow speed. Don't run the machine very fast. There are many aspects where that you should not run the machine very fast, because at the fast you will run machine is at a very fast speed, you will not get the it may happen that you might not get the even stitches, and you may lose the connection on the fabric. So switch off the machine when it is not in use, and cover the machine when you have finished all the sieving process. So this is the basic points which we should keep in mind while we are using the sieving machine. Then the point comes how we will set up our sieving machines. If we have the machine, how we will insert the needle, how we will put the thread on the machine. So what all the what all the process which should follow while setting up a sieving machine. So in order to start the sieving process, the machine has to be prepared which involves the following steps, like such as mounting of the needle, threading of the machine, like we have to put or insert the needle in the machine on the machine, we have to do the threading of the machine, we have to put the thread for the sieving purpose, we have to prepare the bobbin threads, we have to insert the bobbin in bobbin case, and raising or pulling up the bobbin threads. So what steps or what all the procedure of these things were for the setting of a machine. First of all, we will discuss about the mounting of the needle. So when we talk about the mounting of the needle, it is said, it is also like how we will insert the needle on the needle bar. So what we have to do, if you see a sieving machine, in this picture, if you can see the sieving machine, below is the needle bar and where we have to insert the needle. So how we will do, we will just rotate the balance wheel. You can connect, when you see the sieving machine in front of you, you can rotate the balance wheel. If you see a machine in front of you, it is on the right side of the machine, it is a round circle thing, it is said as the balance wheel. So rotate the balance wheel in the sieving direction and towards the operator, like it just rotate towards you and till the needle bar is at the highest position. So you will see experience that when you rotate that balance wheel, the needle bar comes ups and down. So just rotate the balance wheel till that the needle bar comes at its highest position, like it comes up at towards upside. Then loosen the needle clamp screw on the needle bar. So when you see the needle bar, there is a clamp, on the clamp it is a screw. So you can just loosen that screw and then hold the needle with a long groove to your left and scarf towards your right. So when you see a needle, machine needle, it is something very different. It is pointed at the lower part and it is like rounded cylindrical like part on the upper side. So what you have to do, then with the groove, long groove to your left hand and scarf towards your right. When you see some domestic machines like which is not motorized or the old sieving machines, we can say the flat side of the needle shank is at the back while the fixing the needle into the needle bar. When you put the needle bar, it is flat from one side, so we have to put it according to the that direction of the needle and the needle bar. So this is how we hold the needle and then insert the needle deep into the needle slot. So you can see in the picture, we just hold the needle from the middle or the lower middle point, and we insert the needle deep into the needle slot in the needle bar we have and push it as far as it goes. So when you put it in the needle bar, just push it upside till it goes and then tighten the needle clamp screw. So this is the process how we insert the needle in the needle bar. Then we have inserted the needle. The second setting on the sieving machine we do the threading of the machine. Like when we have inserted the needle, the second thing comes that for the sieving is we have to insert the thread to start the sieving process. Then what we do, we again rotate the balance wheel in the sieving machine, sieving direction, or bring it the needle at the highest position. Then we place the thread spool on the thread stand. Like we have the thread spool, the thread we get in the market, it is wrapped on a spool. So we set it as a thread spool. And when you see a sieving machine on the right side, like near to the balance wheel, there is one thread stand. So we put the thread spool on the thread stand, then pass the thread in the order. Like we have some particular order points on the sieving machine from where we go past the thread to go to into the needle. So first we put the thread spool on the spool pin or the spool thread stand. We said we put the spool on the spool pin. Then second on the pre-tensioner. As you can see in this picture, and points it is mentioned points. So first we have put the thread spool on the spool pin. Then second is the pre-tensioners. Then it goes from the 3 hole thread eyelets. So when you see a machine, there is a U-shape process or the part on the machine from where the thread passes, and then take up spring, it goes from the take up spring, then from the thread guide, then from the take up lever, and it goes from the thread guide to the needle eye. So this is how the thread is inserted or we put the thread on the machine. Then pass the thread through the needle eye from the left to the right. Like from left, we generally insert the needle from the thread in the needle from the left side to the and pull it out from the right side. Then pull out like 10 centimeter of the thread from the needle eye. We just take a long thread end because we have to take the thread from the bobbin also, like from the lower part. So we take a long end of the thread. So this is how we do the threading on the machine. Then it comes the preparation of bobbin thread. Like when we have done the threading at the upper part, now we have to do the threading for the lower part of the machine, because then it will be the sieving process will be done, and it is done with the 2 threads. So preparation of the bobbin thread. Before you start stitching, the bobbin has to be prepared and kept ready. So this involves the following steps. First we do the winding the bobbin thread. Like you can see in this picture that this is how the bobbin and bobbin case looks like. So there is one round thing is there on which we wind the thread. So the bobbin thread needs to be wound on the bobbin before you start sieving. The bobbin also needs to refill as soon as the bobbin thread gets finished. The process which we follow for winding the thread on the bobbin is like place the thread spool on the thread stand, then pass the thread through the thread guide, and then between the tension disc and the tension bracket. Then place the empty bobbin on the pin of the bobbin winder and push it in the maximum. Then wind the thread around the empty bobbin several times. Press the trip lash or bobbin lever so that the bobbin winder pulley in the contact with the belt. Then lift the pressure foot and keep it in the raised position using the hand processor and the foot lifter. Then start the machine and press the paddle. Then the threads get wound on the bobbin. When the winding is completed, the trip lash will be released and will come back to its original position. Then the pulley will stop automatically and the winding process is completed. So in the picture you can see on your machine there is a point where your spool pin is there. Close to that there is one stand, or we say as a bobbin winder. So on that we put the bobbin on which we have to wound our thread. We put that bobbin and we just insert the wrap one round of the thread on that bobbin and put it on the bobbin pin. Then we start the machine with the paddle, and it automatically gets the threads get revolving around that bobbin, and we just get the bobbin filled with the threads, and it is ready for going into the bobbin case. Then what we do, inserting the bobbin into bobbin case. So for that, hold the bobbin in your right hand and bobbin case in your left hand with the thread wound away from you. Then insert the bobbin into bobbin case. Press the thread throughout the slits. When you see a bobbin case, there is a slit on the outer side on the case part of the bobbin. So just pass threads through the slits and under the tension spring. Now pull it out of the thread passing hole of the bobbin case and continue holding the bobbin case as shown in the picture, and check it if the bobbin has been inserted correctly. When you put the bobbin into bobbin case, just check whether it is not coming out from the case. And when pulling the bobbin thread, the bobbin should rotate in a arrow direction. So it should be revolving or it should be rotating on that case. As you can see in the picture, the thread has been wrapped on the bobbin and it is inserted in the bobbin case, and threads are pulled out from the slit on the bobbin case. This is how we prepare the bobbin and bobbin case. Then last is the oiling of the machine. So how we do the oiling of the machine? So there are several metal pan under the bed of the industrial machine or the machine we use to hold the machine oil. So because if we are using a machine, sieving machine, so at the particular time or particular interval of time, we have to oil our machine so that it works very smoothly. For that, on every machine we have some particular points which oiling of which part is very important. So the level for the maximum and minimum oil are shown in the tank or the part we are using. The industrial sieving machines are self-oiling machine, but for the domestic what we use at our home, we have to do oiling of a particular part of the machine, and we go for the smooth sieving process where the oil gets automatically pumped to different part and then machine is switched on and then we start the sieving process. So in the picture you can see like under the machine, like at the bobbin part we insert the bobbin, we do the oiling of that part, we do the oiling at the pressure foot part of the machine, we do the at below the needle there are some particular holes on which we do the oiling. So when we start, all these things we cover while doing the oiling process. So this was all about the handling, care and practice of sewing machine. We discussed how we what are the precaution measures we follow while we use the sewing machine, what are precautions safety measures we should follow when we are using the sewing machine. Then if we have the machine, how we will set up the machine and get it ready for the stitching purpose. So in that we discussed about the needle inserting, how we will insert the needle on the machine. We discussed about the threading of the machine, from which part we have to start the threading of the machine, and preparation of the bobbin and bobbin case, and lastly we discussed about the oiling of the sewing machine to work in a smooth way. So this was about this all about this session. Thank you.